actions impact the world. When thinking about that, I had to ask myself, what makes me tick? What gives me the most joy with the least amount of effort put into it? That question was easy. It's people. There's an old Broadway song sung by Barbra Streisand. And no, I'm not talking about the Barbra Streisand song that most of you love. I'm talking about a song that had a line in it that said, people who need people are the luckiest people in the world. But I just don't feel lucky. I feel completely blessed by the people that have crossed my life, even if just for a short while. Mitch Albom is a very well-known sports radio host on WJR 760. He has a column in the Detroit Free Press and has written many award-winning books. But I mention his name because I love what he said about being passionate for people. He said, the way you get meaning into your life is to devote yourself to loving others, devote yourself to your community around you, and devote yourself that gives you purpose and meaning. I completely agree. But I lost the man that I had the greatest passion for a couple years ago, my father. My father's passion made me passionate for others too. He devoted himself to serving others in our community. He coached young men in football for 25 years, coached me in basketball, and cheered me on in soccer. At his funeral, a former coach got up and said that my father's passion was contagious and that he made others better because of it. I know he made me who I am today and who I will become someday. Like my father, my passion for people has no age limits. When I see babies and children, I just want to love on them and see them smile. I have two nephews that I adore and enjoy babysitting for. I babysit for lots of other kids too. I help out in nursery at church and coach 3rd and 4th grade girls for upward basketball program. But the thing that I personally love the most is to go down to Detroit each summer and spend a week working with the inner city kids. That feeling of impacting a child's life sticks with you for such a long time. Of course, I'm partial to kids my own age. I really love my friends. I love doing stuff with them, such as talking and listening, and of course, shopping. I love being there for them when they're down. And even though I'm sad when they're sad, it actually kind of makes me happy to cry with them. My friends are such a huge part of my life. I love them so much. And as for my family, I love them so much. My mom is my best friend. I'm so close to my 19-year-old brother. My other brothers are 32 and 28 and still are a huge part of my life. As many of you know, I have been homeschooled as my entire life until now. I think being around each other 24/7 helped us form close relationships, and I think that's why I'm so passionate for family life in general. I also enjoyed visiting my great-grandma a lot before she moved down south. I used to hang out with her and the other older women in the lobby of her senior living center and play bingo with them every week. That time I spent over there really made me appreciate the elderly. Yes, I am passionate to see kids happy. Yes, I am passionate to see my fellow peers strong and enjoying life. I am passionate in wanting families to get along and for married people to grow old together and have a lasting impact on their grandchildren. It breaks my heart when people and families are broken, so much so that I have decided to make child and family counseling my career path. I want to impact people in a positive way. I've learned the hard way how precious life really is. Life is truly all about interacting with people, and because of that, I want to interact with others so they can learn how to have healthy relationships. One of the most famous and beautiful prayers ever written was by St. Francis of Assisi. He said, Lord, grant that I may not so much seek to be consoled as to console, to be understood as to understand, to be loved as to love. For it is in giving that we receive, it is in pardoning that we are pardoned, and it is in dying that we are born to eternal. And that is the ultimate passion, giving our all for people, because people are the only things that we can take with us after our short time on earth is done. And having that eternal perspective, like St. Francis talked about, helps me impact the world with my passion.